right, welcome back. I know, 2 videos in weeks. That's not bad. 2 videos in 1 week. That's pretty good. So, I want you to know that, I think I briefly told you about my PTSD and how it kicked in for months. And it was so frustrating. So frustrating. It really brings you down. It's a downer, all right? It's a downer. It'll come back, I know. But this allowed me to really kind of restart a few things, including the channel. All right. Weather's getting colder and colder. And got a little bit of snow lately, but nothing really big. Lake is starting to freeze up, so hopefully in 5 weeks we can get out on the lake and do some ice fishing. I stowed away my boat. It's all done there. But I need, as with all winter projects, because we're sort of in an interim in fishing, because there's no fishing right now. There's things I got to do, right? Got to keep busy. So, a good thing is I started writing again. Now, you guys know I've written quite a few things. I mean, one is a visitor's guide for a Lake of the Woods. I've also written some what I think are really nice sci-fi books, Phoenix Rising and Orion Rising. And anyway, I've written a lot of stuff, some fiction, non-fiction. My first book, which is a business book. Yeah, there's a picture of me when I was thinner, which, by the way, I am losing weight. My wedding ring fell off, so I didn't lose it, but it won't stay on because my fingers have gotten smaller. Another 100 pounds or so, about 90 pounds. I've wanted to lose about 120 pounds. I'm down to about 95 pounds more to lose. So I'm really looking forward to that. Undergoing some respiratory therapy to help me breathe, and working out several days a week at the gym, and better diet. So overall, I'm trying to take care of myself, which helps a lot with the mental disposition. Because, I'm kind of an idiot, and I'm terrible at many things. But, at first I started writing short columns, and that really got me into a really good groove. But because I started writing again, I was at the gym, day before yesterday, and I met a guy named Russell. He's got his son in the military. He's on deployment right now. And his son is an avid fisherman here. And he wrote a book on fishing. Well, I figured, why don't I write a book now that I've started writing again? So the book I'm started will go into very big, sort of beginner lingo on fishing. And things like all these rods. Ugh, I don't know. I mean, how do you buy a rod? And so all the different things to look for in order to do it right and proper. How to get a good rod. Let's see what I got over here. Oh, no, it's behind. It's a green screen. And so it's we're going to go into rod blanks, reel seats, grips, how to find the spine on a rod, guides, how many guides you need, what kind, what do the guides do, things like that. And we're going to go into spinning and bait casting and sort of help you understand why those two exist. And so when you walk into a store and you see hundreds and hundreds of rods, sort of at a triangle, and you're walking underneath this menagerie of rods, and you're thinking, where do I start? Understanding the action and the power of the rod and what is good for all around use. And then we'll go into lines, and from the rods to the reels to the line to what we put on the line, and then how we fish those items. I've almost finished the chapter on rods. So, it's going to, at the moment, the working title is Terrible at Fishing Instruction Manual. So, It's just a working title. I mean, how would you love to be instructed on how to be terrible at fishing? I mean, that's pretty fun. It's not like we're not all terrible at fishing from time to time, but I've got some simple graphics in here. You know, how to identify rods and rod seats and what they're used for, and there's a you really can't see, but anyway, we're going to make a really nice instruction manual. As my channel gains popularity, and I can monetize it, and once we're monetized, the manual will hopefully be free. I don't know exactly. I mean, I would love to do an ebook to all of you, but it will be available on Amazon and maybe even at Lake of the Woods. I don't know, or even our Rod Park, Parker's Rod and Gun here in town. We'll see. But it will be everything a person will need to know about purchasing and starting fishing and how to be terrible at fishing. This is the cheap coffee. Today I get my order from Black Rifle Coffee, so I'm very excited to get it because I ran out. 4 bags is not enough for my family. I need to go to 5 bags of Black Rifle, and so I'm gonna have to do a little update on that. I am thinking too, I'm just toying with the idea, because I really want a great BFS rod. It's really hard to find an ultralight BFS rod that is really, really good on the market with everything I want. So, I want American Tackle microwave guides on it. Well, it doesn't exist in BFS. I want carbon fiber blank. I want carbon fiber handles. I want a really nice reel seat. So there are everything that I want in a BFS for my premier rod. I think I'm going to have to make myself. And so I've been doing a lot of research on rod making. And I'm thinking about making rods and repairing rods, of course. I've got a Shimano back here rod that was a broken guide, so I need to replace that guide. And so I'm thinking about making. You don't be surprised next year if you start seeing a rod making playlist, because the first rod I'm going to make is a BFS rod, with everything I want in a rod. So in the end, it will be exactly what I want. Right now, a good BFS rod, excuse me, about $200. Well, to set myself up with rod making and getting everything I want, it would be about $300. But I would have all the equipment to continue to make rods. It'll be interesting if I do it. Again, it's cheaper if I buy a BFS rod, but it still wouldn't have the American Tackle microwave guides, which I really, 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 really like. And when you're throwing really light tackle, every little thing that can increase that line outgo is going to be a huge plus. And why people, like Dobbins and Cajun, or not Cajun, but Cajun, Cashin and other companies, they don't use microwave guides. I don't know why. Because in their ultralight and light categories, they really need to increase that line output. And I've had microwave guides on my spinning. It's really designed for spinning, but they do make them for casting, and it's a little bit of help. But again, a little bit of help means a lot of help when you're dealing with such a light tackle stuff. So if I could find an ultralight BFS rod with the American Tackle microwave guides, I'd probably buy it. But because I can't find one, I'm really thinking about making my own, which is kind of cool. Never made a rod before. You will learn with me. I do have some new baits coming in on the Black Friday special from Lure Build. Lure Build had this great special So those should be arriving fairly soon. And we'll get back to painting an inventory for the spring. And we'll have a good time with that. The I mean, it's basically, I mean, it's like kind of, I don't know. I did start making spinners, trout spinners, because I'm in trout country, right? So I started making some trout spinners, and sort of an inline spinner. So you can see that. Really, very, lots of different color patterns, designs, weights, things like that. I mean, great thing about spinners catch everything, not just trout. I mean, bass will hit it, everybody will hit it. So we're going to do some videos on how to make those, and continue working on this book. I would expect this book to be released by spring on Amazon, and there are, really, to be honest, the rods chapter is something that all of us need to learn more about. Split grips, full grips, cork, EVA form, carbon fiber, what's underneath the carbon fiber. To be honest, I didn't know about spines on a blank. And then there is no industry standard for a lot of this stuff. They can say anything. That's a 24-ton, blah, 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 blah. They can say anything they want. When I was in electronics, lines of resolution was no industry standard. They could say whatever they want. Back in my day. Contrast ratio. They can say whatever they want. It was crazy. And that's the problem about not having standards. And fishing, there is no industry standard for just about anything. I would, this is, to be honest, I'm very happy with the way this first chapter or first section of the book on rods is coming out. Understanding a double-footed or single-footed guide, why you would want one or the other, and why you want both on a rod. Most rods have both, and I never understood why it has both. So when I teach you in this book about backbones and power and why that's in there, I think it's all going to make much better sense with you. And you're going to look at your tackle, quite a bit different, I think. I did. I started analyzing each one of my rods. But there is, I really want a true ultralight BFS rod. I really want one. And they're so expensive, a couple $100. I think I might just go $300 and start making rods and repairing rods for people. And you might see some of my rods in local stores. All handmade, hand wound, all American made. I will just tell you that. The grips will be American made. The reel seats, I think I could get American made. The guides, maybe. I think American tackle. I'm not sure if they're American made, but I really want those guides. We'll put some spinning rods and some ultralight BFS rods in local stores if I start doing this. And since we have all a bunch of trout fishermen here, I think a lot of the trout fishermen would like to try to go with BFS. Bait finesse systems are a casting reel version of a spinning reel, but it allows you to do a lot more different techniques with it. And, flipping and tossing and just, and it's just more accurate. It's kind of addicting once you go with BFS. I still have my spinning rods, but again, for windy days. But there are some interesting reels coming on the market at a medium price point. again, it's just a matter of budget. I mean, you person will spend a couple $100 on my rods in the store, but and then of course, fitting it up with a good reel, which by the way, Pissy Fun makes a great reel. The spinning reel, the Carbon X spinning reels are just fantastic. Pop that on for $50 or $60 on my spinning rods. I mean, you can't go wrong. As for a BFS though, you're gonna pop out $150 to $200 for a BFS reel, for a good reel. But it's interesting. I mean, what's coming out on the market? You're going to see more of that. But I just I'm really excited about getting back to writing. To me, it's therapeutic because the few short columns that I've done are like 800 words or less, and then of course this book I started. We'll get that. I'll keep working on it, and I keep working on getting physically fit again. I really hope to get down to about 280 pounds by February, which it looks like I might be able to get to. It's another dozen pounds away. And so for the fishing event, February 17th, we can, I won't be so huge. I mean, this is a pretty cool looking, section of the book on rods. It's looking really good. And then I'll go into reels, and spinning reels, bearings, things like that. What they're constructed out of, whether it be plastic, aluminum, graphite, whatever. It's going to, each one requires some research from me, but it's going to be fun. I am going to learn a lot, but in the end, kind of expect this book to only be about 150 pages and broken up in sections, and maybe 200 pages. When I get to the fishing, of course, I'll get a little more carried away. All the different stuff from inline spinners to hard baits to baits, live bait, stuff like that. All has to do with the weight and then what you're putting on that rod. So, I mean, the reason why bass fishermen have so many rods is because there are so many different things we put on them for different techniques. A trout fisherman, on the other hand, they can get away with a medium fast spinning rod with a 2,000 or 3,000 spinning reel, and you're good to go. So typically, depending on the fishing and depending on what you're using it for, it's actually kind of exciting, isn't it? I know, it's exciting. Looking at it right there, it's like, another book. I got 6 books on the market, but this will be number 7. And maybe we can put this, we'll even hardbound it and put it in the local library, I think, or the museum here. And we'll try to get this out to different local, this is Klamath Falls, so I was like, we're small, 60,000 people here. It's like, it's just a fun community of good people, and I would recommend if you ever want to go on a vacation, to the Pacific Northwest, coming to Klamath Falls, Crater Lake, Lake of the Woods, we have some beautiful, beautiful scenery. And, I've been a little homesick lately, so I play this game called Planet Coaster. And Planet Coaster, I'm recreating my hometown, which is quite interesting. And so it's my hometown, Lompoc, California, is a town that has just about everything. We've got NASA, we got beautiful flowers, we got ocean, mountains, rolling hills, everything. And it's just, I really grew up in a great time at a great place. So I miss it. I'm a little homesick lately. So this time of year, kind of feeling, reminiscent of losing, my mom and all the great things she did. So, but take advantage of your family. I mean, just spend time with them. enjoy them while you still got them. My parents died decades ago, so it's this time of year is a good time of year to think about what we've got, what we had, and be grateful for what we've got. So I look forward to more videos. I'll be doing more videos. I've done 2 in a week. I do have another one still in the queue. I still haven't finished. And I will, maybe, you know, I'll have you guys online while I'm writing. Do a live while I'm writing. And you can see sort of the writing aspect of Terrible at Fishing. Because we're going to be writing about fishing and all the gear. So this book will be available next year. And I'm very, very, very excited to present it to you guys, both in an ebook format and in soft and hardbounds. And as we get more and more people online, we can go ahead and, once I can monetize, we can go ahead and, as a sort of like a club, you get the ebook or something like that. I don't know. I've seen that with other people. So anyway, you guys take care. I hope you guys are having a wonderful year. We're in the blackout period here locally for fishing, but we're going to get back online. We're going to start some winter projects, and we might even start making our own rods. Ooh, how cool is that? Making a fishing rod. Carbon fiber. That's what I like. Take care, everybody.
Shut up and